All right, hi everyone, it's Alex Brooks again from Read 5333. This is my third video. This is for vocabulary. So as a sixth grade reading teacher with Forney ISD this year at Rhodes Intermediate, we are going to focus a lot on Greek and Latin roots. So when we're talking about vocabulary development, okay, for middle school kids especially, it's very, very important that phonics background that they have in elementary is there, because when they get older, they're going to need to be able to start applying the sounds, those particular sounds that they hear in those roots, like Greek and Latin roots, to be able to apply those concepts in different word settings. Okay, so obviously we know in the English language that we have several words, thousands of words, right? And so we have to make sure that our vocabulary, we know which words we're using and we know how to use them and put them together. So when we're going over this, so if I was teaching this to my class, how I would do it is I would start off talking about Greek and Latin roots, okay? And then I would introduce whatever roots we were going to use that week. So for this week, we would probably use bene and mal, okay? And then I would always attach some sort of video that I think would help with this. So Innovative Literacy is a really cool subscription to have on YouTube. They've got several videos about Greek and Latin roots. So this is obviously the one you can see about bene and mal. So I'm not going to play the video for time's sake, but you do see that my first step in teaching my students this would be to play this video, okay? And then after that, before I show them, I would show them the video first, okay? But then I would actually take them directly to these sentences here. So like for benevolent, I would take them into this green sentence that you see here. And I would say, Santa is a benevolent man because he wants to bring happiness to every child, okay? So what I would do actually is probably just show them that sentence, and before even explaining or breaking down the word benevolent or decoding the word benevolent, I would actually get them to say, okay, what do you think that means? And then I would, because I would have the word benevolent underlined, and they would think probably, they don't know what benevolent means. That's a big word for them, okay? So I would say, well, let's look around the words first. Let's look at the context. And, because obviously, it's an adjective, right? It's describing man. So I'd have to ask them, is that giving a positive or negative feeling? Santa is a benevolent man because he wants to bring happiness to every child. Well, then I'd probably get kids to tell me oh, it's probably happy because of the word happiness. It probably means something good. Okay, well then I would say, okay, well let's go take it to this, and then we would break it down, and then I would show them bene means good, vol means wish, int means to cause or condition, and guess what? They would be right. That benevolent meant something good, okay? So the only reason I say about the context, because you just want to get their brain thinking about you want to get their brain to kind of think about okay, is this giving positive or negative vibes here for the word benevolent, okay? And same thing with malevolent. If I was doing that, I would I would show them the sentence. Witches are often portrayed as malevolent in fairy tales. They probably wouldn't be able to tell me something positive or negative out of this one sentence, but they could say, I'd say probably either positive, negative, or neutral. And if they said, oh, it's probably neutral, Okay, then maybe like a squiggly line or something for neutral or like that. And then I'd say, okay, well, then we take it up there to C. But again, the context part is just me introducing the root, and then I go in and we break down mal and call that the prefix, and then vol would be the affix, and then condition, the ent, would be the suffix. Okay, so when you're teaching Greek and Latin roots, especially to middle school kids, you want to do like an I do, where I break it down for them first, and then I will probably reinforce with a video, and then I'm going to give them some exercises where they have to practice with the word root bene and practice with the word root mal. Okay, and we do like a little word sort activity where they would go in and show me how to play around with the word, and then just for some extension practices, intervention, while students who understand, who make a good assessment grade on bene or mal, then they would get to do either Quizlet or Kahoot, something like that for like an extension. And then the students that don't get it, I'll continue doing practice at my intervention table with bene and mal to reinforce and to continue helping them understand what those word roots mean. So that's how we teach Greek and Latin roots, or that's how I teach Greek and Latin roots. And sometimes when I have extra time, I like to give them cutouts where they can cut out and glue and make little foldables to put into their notebook, their interactive notebook, or INB. So, all right, that is my video for vocabulary for this, for that module. All right, thank you so much.